Students at Mother Teresa School have some new monkey bars, slides and swings to play on as the Lions Park has officially opened a new playground set.
And with that, consider the park open.
The Lions Club has been waiting for 5 years to build a playground like this in their park, and were finally able to do so with support from the city and a $20,000 community initiatives grant.
It's very important that we have something that's safe and that's up to spec for playground equipment.
We've got a young community. We've got a lot of young people, young kids, and those children need a place to let off some energy.
And kids at the nearby Mother Teresa School can already see the difference the new playground has made.
The old playground, it was a little yellow. Well, more like a lot yellow and red.
My favorite part is the monkey bars.
The Lions Club plans to further enhance the park by planting more trees and installing new benches in the next few weeks. Well, Edmonton-based singer-songwriter Andreia Nixon is taking a different approach to promoting her new album, Diary of a Housewife. She's been stopping at women's and children's shelters across Alberta to promote family violence awareness, with proceeds going directly to the shelter. The Lloydminster Interval Home was one of those stops. Michaela Henschel reports.
It all started when Andreia Nixon was young. Her father was terminally ill, which meant a lot of frightening moments, in particular, endless visits from the ambulance. That haunting siren noise inspired her to start writing music, and one of her songs, Waiting for the Sirens. Years later, Nixon became a teacher. Some of her students came from violent homes. Their stories further fueling her writing.
I was trying to understand them. I'd come home crying every day because I felt like I couldn't help. And I was trying to understand them, so I just realized that they too were waiting for sirens, and they were creating the chaos they were trying to avoid, unbeknownst to themselves. So I feel like it's really important to talk for those children.
During her tour, Nixon took the time to listen to the stories of those dealing with family violence, putting herself in their shoes.
Just going to the shelters, what I've learned and what I kind of knew intuitively is that there are, the ratio is 2 children for every woman. So there are a lot of children in shelter. And I have 3 children of my own. So I can't imagine my children being ripped from their home before school starts with just the clothes on their backs.
What she's doing is giving a voice to people that don't have a voice, or at least supporting people to help people understand that family violence and violence in relationships doesn't discriminate.
All the money raised from each event on her tour goes directly back to the shelter. The Interval Home will be putting the funds towards the child wellness area at the new Lloydminster Community Youth Centre.
We need a jungle gym and some rubberized play mats for the kids over there.
Every shelter's different, so it really gave me an understanding that there are different needs in different places, and there's amazing work being done.
Nixon's tour has started a conversation, which is a key element when dealing with family violence.
Anytime we have support in raising consciousness and raising awareness about family violence, we're just pleased to have somebody come along, especially when you can involve music or art. I think that's just very special.
But what we're looking to is the solution. So one of the big solutions is talking about it, and this is not normal love.
Michaela Henschel, Newcap News.
Father Gorman Community School was rolling out the welcome mat to parents and students last week ahead of the first day of school yesterday. In this week's Beyond the Classroom, we go back to the meet and greet event that also doubled as a milestone celebration for the school.
The excitement is very real at Father Gorman as students, teachers, and families kick off a new year of learning with a back-to-school bash.
Not only does it get them kind of back into the routine of seeing I'm going to be at school, they also get to meet their new teacher and see some of their old classmates and just get a feeling for being back at school.
Grade 3 teacher Marlene Woods says these meet and greet events also help the kids get settled.
Most students are fairly nervous just because they don't know who their teacher is, they don't know where their classroom is, but to be able to experience that with their families takes a lot of the anxiety away.
For Woods, it's a chance to establish that relationship ahead of time.
I'm always looking forward to meeting new students, getting to know them, getting to work with them, new families.
The turnout just reinforcing how beneficial an event like this is, not only for staff and students.
They get to see their friends if they haven't seen them all summer long. I get to know that, hey, who his new teacher is, all their friends, their parents.
But what's also exciting is that Father Gorman is celebrating its 40th birthday, a milestone they plan to acknowledge throughout the year.
We're going to have different things that we're doing with the students. We're going to be having a more formal celebration at the beginning of November, where we can have some of the former principals and former teachers, and of course, former students that maybe aren't in school anymore.
As for George, the start of a new school year means achieving new goals as well.
I'm looking forward to just getting some consistency with the grades being set up and the students being back and having their learning, but also focusing on the faith and how we can teach them about being a better person and about following the gospel values.
This is Newcap Sports.
For athletes, there are 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and injuries. It's just a fact of life, and the Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball team is finding that out firsthand. Lance Phillips with more on a tough beginning to a year full of high hopes.
Before the Rustlers' season even began, it was Tori Dugan, the standout point guard from 2015-2016 who suffered a major knee injury. Now another women's basketball vet is being forced to sit on the sidelines.
I've been battling back and hip injury since last season. I kind of hurt it mid-second semester, and I did a number, and I've been rehabbing all summer.
She's going to be doing cardio for the next little while and see if she can get her conditioning up in terms of practice, but the pounding right now is too much pain, so whether she's ready to go for first league game or first semester, we have no idea, so it's almost a week by week with her.
Starting this year, I tried practicing at the beginning, but it wasn't working well for me. So I'm taking a few weeks off to try get everything back into shape and then get some cardio, because I'm pretty far behind the other girls right now, but hopefully in a couple of weeks I can get everything working back properly, but it's been a long battle all summer.
And that battle looks, although it may extend into the early part of the season, a situation that isn't optimal for a team full of young players.
It hurts us a lot in terms of leadership and hustle on the floor. I think Sinette's, she's not the most flashy player, but she rebounds, she defends, she can knock down shots, she's a good motivator, a good team leader, so that's going to hurt not having her on the floor. Hopefully someone else can pick that up.
It makes me want to work hard to get back, obviously, but it's also really hard to mentally fight over it, because being in your 5th year, you think you earned your spot, you got this. Everything should just kind of fall into place in your 5th year, and it's not falling into place for me this year right now.
A positive for Kings women is a player who struggled with knee issues last year is back and ready to make an impact.
Honestly, this year coming in, my knees are feeling great. They're fantastic. I couldn't be happier. I'm excited to start the season healthy.
We do have a deeper bench this year with 14, 15 girls, so whoever's healthy is going to play, and we'll be happy with the girls that are out there. We're pretty deep.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.